So the next thing we'll do is dry the wheels off and dress the tires. So the first thing you want to do is wipe the tire itself dry. We use water-based tire dressing, which basically moisturizes the rubber. Oil-based tire dressings, which are the clear ones, dry rots the tire. This stuff makes the tire last longer and prevent dry rotting. Now that we wiped dry the tire, we're going to go ahead and wipe dry the wheel. You always want to make sure you use a clean rag for painted wheels because these scratch a lot easier. And by painted wheels, I mean wheels that was painted aftermarket. All wheels nowadays are painted, most of them, unless they're pure chrome. So if they're painted aftermarket like these are painted to match the car. You want to take special care and make sure you don't add scratches to those wheels. All we do is take this bottle. We'll give it 3 lines of tire dressing. Close the top, make sure it don't spill out. I'll go through and rub it all in. You want to make sure you don't oversaturate the tire because a lot of times the car leaves soon after we're done washing it. So if you oversaturate the tire, this tire dressing is going to splash all up the side of the car. So this is pretty good. I had a little bit too much on here, so I'm going to go ahead and dab some of it off just to make sure we don't get any sling. I got a little on the wheels also. So I'll go ahead and get that off. Do the same thing on this tire. First thing we're going to do is wipe it dry. I always use my finger to make sure I get in the grooves of this wheel. If you have too much rag, if you have the rag too thick, it won't fit in the grooves, and as soon as you move the car, you'll be able to see the parts you missed. So I'm going back to a clean side of this rag, using my finger. So we go over these wheels a total of 3 times. The first time is with the wheel bucket and the wheel brush. The second time is with the pressure washer, and this is the 3rd time. So there's no reason why the wheels shouldn't be perfectly clean by the time we're done with the car. And again, we're going to do 3 lines. And this time what I'll do, instead of just rubbing it in, I'm going to stamp it halfway through to stop the buildup. The problem I had on that tire, this is a new system I'm using. The problem I had on that tire was there was too much buildup where I first put the applicator pad down at. So doing it like this spreads it more evenly. So I'm going to use this part and do this half of the tire. You always got to go over it a few times to make sure you work it into the tire. Start to go around that half. And I got a little bit here. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe that off. The good thing about using a sponge is as we go through doing more and more tires, you get more caught in the sponge, so you need to use less dressing. So on the other side of the tires, I'm only going to use 2 lines. And if we had any cars after that, I'll probably only use 2 lines for those also. And so that's how you clean and dress the tire. The next thing we'll do is windows.